Frank, home win against one of your rivals, pretty good day's work.
Yeah, fantastic from the players. All of them. First half was one of the best 45 since I've been here, because of the level of the opposition and because of the work ethic and organisation of the team. Things we talked about and worked on pre-game, they delivered and played against a very good opponent and won. Say comfortably. It's a tough match to the end, in fact, but we did everything we needed to do to win it well.
Jack Radoni's performance in the first half in particular was outstanding, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was outstanding from Jack, and the goal and the movement between lines and travelling with the ball, but everybody was brilliant in the first half. I couldn't see a player that didn't have every ounce of focus about them, every discipline that they had to do in their game. Midfield were fantastic across midfield. Grimesy and Sheaf work great in midfield. Wingers, Hadji running back, Tats doing his job. Everybody, Rudy, I think, was the icing on the cake because of the ability that he showed and skill. But yeah, everyone was completely on it.
Bear in mind what happened at Hull. Were you almost a bit disappointed at half time just to be 1-0 up?
Yeah, possibly, but it's football and it is what it is. Yeah, you do want to capitalise when a half feels like that, because they get a chance to regroup, make a couple of subs. But you can only deal with what's in front of you, and at half time it was continue. A few details that we needed to be careful of with them because they're so difficult between lines, and Fellows is a big threat on the sides. But the players dealt with it and continue to deal with it, and we get out what we deserve early in the second half, a good pressing and good work ethic, and Grimesy gets a goal. So it was great to see us continue with the momentum in the second half.
Yeah, arguably Grimes was a bit fortunate to be accredited with a goal against Hull, but no doubt about that.
No doubt, great finish, great pressing, as I say, not just him but the team, and then he's very clinical. Listen, Grimesy operates a lot in midfield and slightly deeper areas of midfield, but he's completely got the quality to score goals if he ends up in those areas. It's because he's such a good technician and got great left foot, so happy for him to get his goal.
And then the red card. I mean, Tatsu Sakamoto is such a tricky customer. He draws fouls out of teams, doesn't he?
Yeah, Tats is Tats, so he's difficult to defend against. We see that very regularly here, and it's a clear second yellow card, I think.
Yeah. And in the second half, you had spells, but you were just constantly at them.
Yeah. 10 men, you've got to play it well because they're a good team. So 10 men affects them, but they can still move the ball well because that's what they do. They're a possession team, and we camped in their half a lot, sustained attacks, kept staying on it, staying calm, moving ball side to side, really squeezing the game where we wanted it to be. And at that point you expect a third goal, and then it would have made it feel different at the end. But of course they have enough to sometimes get out and give you a few problems. But we were very, very comfortable, and probably till the last 5 minutes where they had a few bits. But other than that, we dealt with most of what they had to offer, and for that I'm very, very happy with everybody.
And all this played in front of a record league crowd at this venue. How special was that? Yeah,
brilliant. Thanks very much to everybody turning out. We knew that before the game. The fans have been amazing since I've been here and before. I'm sure I understand now what this club's all about and the fan base and how they come here and support us. And they're obviously seeing something in the team. There's a connection between the players and what they give in on the pitch and how they feel. So when you're like that is when you're at your strongest. So you have to continue with that.
And they're getting excited, the fans. You're still 6th, you're 3 points clear of 7th. Do you have to try and keep the players calm at the moment, or do you want them to be excited?
No, the players understand it. It's excitement, but it's also focus, because we know how quickly things change in this league. We shot up the league through regular wins, so other teams in this little mini ending that we have now with a few games, there's still enough points that can change everything. So the players are calm. All we have to do is focus on the next one, which is obviously Plymouth now.
Who are fighting a bit. Cats were a bit unlucky today, so they're fighting.
Yeah. So I've seen the basics of the game, the stats I've just seen. So they've each Sheffield United at home in their last game. They've gone to Middlesbrough and maybe deserve something. So it's going to be a very, very tough match with the atmosphere down there. That they're fighting for every point. We felt a little bit of that at Derby a few weeks ago, and wasn't positive for us. So we understand what it is.
Well, of course, it's the same for everyone, but it's 2 games rather than in a few days. You emptied your bench today. Was that partly because of that, to sort of protect?
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't feel the game was ever completely secure, because a counter-attack goal can always change, and when players are playing well and they're in the game, to bring people in at that point is not as easy. We have to deal with the game in front of us and try and make sure we see it out well. So I think Jamie coming on was great for Jamie, because he always comes on with a great intensity and he deserves to play. Jamie, it's a hard area of the pitch for me to make decisions, to be fair. But yeah, trying to save a few players, but we had to stay with it a bit today because West Brom were too dangerous to to make subs that I felt were not necessarily needed in the game. Sometimes the team that are out there that are playing well, you stick with it. But yeah, we made a few to save a few legs.
Hardy right all right because he went down near the end?
I presume so. I haven't spoken to him about it, and he got up and carried on for a bit. So
Ben, that was pretty special, wasn't it?
Yeah, obviously exactly what we wanted from the game. We knew it was a big one coming into it, playing a team that's really around us, and we could set ourselves apart from them. And first half really good performance, got what we deserved, and then second half probably could have controlled the game a little bit better, but all that matters at this stage of the season is the win, and that's what we got.
And what was it like playing in front of a record league crowd here?
Yeah, very good. Atmosphere, the last few games at home have been unbelievable, to be honest. The fans are always really good, and today was extra special. And
getting off to a good start was important, wasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. We look to do that in every game, but today probably more important to do so. And we started really well. Didn't really give them any sort of let up in the game, and deserved the lead and managed to see it out.
Jack Radoni, his performance in the first half was pretty special.
Yeah. Rudy's, I remember when he first came in and he was training so well, and I was like, well, this is one of the best players I've seen train. And like everyone, we had a bit of a shaky start to the season, and now he's in full flow. You can see he's enjoying his football, and it's nice to have him on our team. He's been fantastic of late, and hopefully it continues.
It was important, obviously, that the team kept their heads and made sure that Albion didn't get back into it, which they only really threatened to do right at the end. Yeah,
they had a few chances in the second half that we could have, we could have helped ourselves a little bit. We had a good spell and we controlled it, played around the edge of their box, but there's always things to learn, and we could definitely have done better in the second half. But ultimately the 3 points was the main thing.
And getting to the business end of the season, I mean, are you sort of getting excited? You're 3 points clear, 3 games to go.
I wouldn't say excited, no. We're trying to keep our feet on the ground. The results today, everyone around us won, so we can't get carried away. We've got a job to do, and but we are in a strong position, and we've got to see that as a good thing. We've got control, and there's 3 massive games left, and we know what we can do. We know what we need to do, and hopefully we can do it.
But to think where you were earlier in the season to be here now is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, obviously the start wasn't good, but we knew the quality that was in the dressing room from the start of the season. We knew what we was capable of, and since the gaffer's come in, obviously the turnaround's been unbelievable, and we've been on a good run. We've been playing really well of late, so the signs are there. Just got to keep doing it.
And for you, a couple of starts now since your injury, feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good now. Yeah, obviously it's been frustrating. I had to be patient. It's obviously great to get a few 90 minutes under my belt, and hopefully can continue getting better. And
enjoying playing alongside Matt Grimes.
Yeah, Grimes is a great player. Knew about him obviously from playing against him multiple times, and really good guy. And we've got a nice little partnership the last few games. So it's been good.
It's a demanding schedule. Back in action on Monday. It does take a lot out of you.
Yeah, these quick turnarounds are never easy, but we've got to recover as best we can and manage it as best we can. So we're ready to go on against Plymouth. Yeah,
you're away against a team fighting for their lives with big home support. It's a different sort of game.
Yeah, 100%. I think they're pretty good at home, so we know what we're getting into. But with the squad that we've got and the way we've been playing, we've got to go there full confidence we get something done. It's not going to be easy. None of the last 3 games are going to be easy, but that's what it's all about at this stage of the season. You've got to enjoy those moments and being in pressure situations, and I think we've got the quality in the squad to take it on.